Hey everyone, it's May 26th, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share it with Peter Kürten, a German serial killer known as the Vampire of Dusseldorf, who murdered almost a dozen victims beginning when he was a child. And that is him right up there. Kürten was the oldest of 13 children, born in Cologne in 1883, and grew up in absolute misery. The family lived in a one-bedroom apartment, and his father was a drunk who would often come home and beat the children. As the oldest child, he bore the brunt of the brutality, but even worse, his father would rape his wife in front of the kids. Unfortunately, in 19th century Germany, there was no support system for women and children in this situation, so they were forced to endure it. It's no surprise that Kürten gravitated towards horrific behavior, abusing and engaging in bestiality with animals and molesting his younger sisters. When he was 9, he pushed a friend off a raft as they played in the River Rhine. When another boy jumped in to help, Kürten held them both underwater until they drowned. The authorities ruled it a tragic accident and he was let off the hook. The home front wasn't getting any better, and his father also engaged in an incestuous relationship with his oldest sister, eventually being put in jail for abusing her. Kürten left home at the age of 16, living hand-to-mouth, stealing clothes and food to survive. He was in and out of jail for the next 24 years for theft and other minor offenses, and later claimed that the brutal treatment he received as an inmate made him want to seek revenge on society. In 1913, Kürten was searching for a home to rob and came across a 10-year-old girl who he killed. Her uncle was blamed and even tried for the murder, but fortunately wasn't convicted. It took 18 years before the authorities finally discovered the truth behind her death. After a brief stint in the army during the Great War, Kürten was back in prison for desertion, finally being released in 1921. He married a former prostitute who had killed a man that left her at the altar, but the relationship didn't help control his urges. In 1929, he grabbed a 9-year-old girl and stabbed her to death, then set her body on fire. He later claimed that he experienced an orgasm during the entire attack. Kürten attacked many women and girls in a similar fashion over the next few years, stabbing them with sharpened scissors or strangling them. After sexually assaulting a woman in the woods in 1930, he let her go, and she was able to lead the police back to his apartment. She was so frightened by seeing him that she was unable to point him out to the police, and he remained at large. He moved and hatched a plan to have his wife turn him in for the substantial reward that now existed for capturing the Vampire of Dusseldorf. He went to the police and freely admitted to all his crimes, even the ones that were previously unknown to be related to him. As he was led to the gallows in 1931, he asked, "After my head has been chopped off, will I still be able to hear, at least for a moment, the sound of my own blood gushing from the stump of my neck? That would be the pleasure to end all pleasures." His head is on display at a museum in Wisconsin, so be sure to stop in and see it. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know somebody whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Peter Kürten, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.